Hello, good day, and welcome to Little Chris TV. Today we are going to be discussing relationship. So basically today I'm going to be talking to mostly the singles. Now, singles, when you are in a relationship, do not assume that you are in a relationship. That relationship must be defined. You must find out where you stand in the relationship so that you will not be dating yourself and thinking that you're in a relationship. Sometimes most people date themselves, and that is why you see that sometimes you will see someone say, but we were never dating, and the partner will say, but I thought you were giving me green lights. My sister, my brother, green light does not mean that you are in a relationship with that person. Green light might mean a whole lot of things. Green light might mean that the person just wants a one night stand. Green light might mean that the person just wants to be friends with you. Green light does not mean that you are dating. You need to define the relationship. I remember one of my friends once told me, my sister, if this guy does not tell you that I want to marry you, omo, don't assume because you might be in a long thing. No one should assume. Find out, does this person want to have relationship with you? Does this person want to marry you? Does this person want to date you? Let him come out plain. Let her come out plain, so that you will know where you stand. Not after building hopes, at the end of the day someone will dash your hope, will dash your dream. You might think you are building a dream with someone, meanwhile you are on your own. Also, that person is using you without you knowing it. Please always ask, brother, sister, where do I stand in this relationship? What are we doing? Please give the relationship a name. Define the relationship. Someone might tell you, wow, I like you so much, I love you, we are friends, and you will relax and you are hoping that something tangible will come out of it. Meanwhile, there is really nothing going on. When someone say, I love you, I want us to be together, ask questions. Do you mean that you want us to be boyfriend and girlfriend, or you want us to be husband and wife? I want to know where this relationship is heading to. And at every point in time, at every stage, provided it has not gotten to marriage, at every stage, please always ask to know what you are doing. Please, at this point of relationship, where are we headed? At this point of relationship, are we still on the same page? Even sometimes in marriage, you will need to find out if you are on the same page, because sometimes you might be married and you are not on the same page with your spouse. The spouse has moved on. You are still hoping that you are married. You are parading yourself as married. Meanwhile, your marriage ended long time ago without even your notice. Always find out at every point in time where you stand. And the truth is that sometimes we see these handwritings on the wall and we ignore it, because love has clouded our sense of reasoning. We don't even reason again. All we talk about is love, 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 and love. Meanwhile, the handwriting is very clear for you to read. You say you are giving yourself false hope. Please, any relationship you are in, if you have not done that now, do it right away. Ask your partner where you stand. so that you will know whether you are the right person for him or her, or you are not. You will know if you are wasting your time or not. It is very important. I've seen cases where people have dated for 10 years and the person wakes up one day and is inviting the so-called fiancé, or who thought she was a fiancé, for his marriage. And when asked, he said, "But I never told you I was going to marry you." Really? So what have we been doing? And the true, he has never told her for the 10 years that he was going to marry her. She was having hope based on happenings, based on events, based on things unfolding. She was like, "You don't want to marry me, but you took me home to your parents. You introduced me to everybody in your family as your girl." He introduced you to everybody in his family as his girl. Did he say, "As my wife to be"? Did he say, "As my fiancé"? As my girl could mean anything. As my friend. Define your relationship, my sister. Define your relationship, my brother. I have seen a girl that after the guy trained through school, and when it was time for the guy to marry the girl, she now realized that, oh, this guy is not my class. I cannot marry this kind of person. Meanwhile, she allowed him to train her through school. At the end of the day, when the guy started making fuse, the girl was like, "But we never talked that we are married. We were just friends. I thought you were helping me as a friend." Really? He was helping you as a friend. Wow. And was doing what your parents couldn't do. And he was helping you as a friend. And now, after the whole help, you realize that he is not your type. He is not your class. Meanwhile, you spent time in his house. He was having hope that he was training his fiancé. Not knowing that he was busy chasing clouds. Busy wasting his time. And at the end of the day, when the chips were down, he was invited for wedding as a family friend. Meanwhile, he was having high hopes that he was the fiancé. You can imagine that. All because the relationship was not defined. Some do not define their relationship because they don't know how to talk. Because they are shy, they shy away. Okay? She should understand that what we are doing, we are dating. She should understand that anytime because I'm asking her out, because she spends time with me, we are dating. Uncle, you are not dating. Auntie, you are not dating. Define that relationship today. To avoid had I known. To avoid sorry. To avoid heartbreak. To avoid suicide. Define that relationship now. This is happening a lot these days. The one that broke my heart is a story I heard. After waiting for this guy for 5 years that traveled out, only for him to come back and had the guts to give her his wedding card. But I never asked you to wait for me. What have you been doing all this while? But I never told you I was going to marry you. Yeah, we were friends, but we never discussed about getting married. What have you been doing? Why were you wasting her time? And she was busy rejecting suitors, waiting for her fiancé in quotes, or the fiancé in her mind, not knowing that she was dating herself. She was in the relationship alone, thinking she had a fiancé. And now, at the end of the day, what happened? She was jilted. All because relationship was not defined from the beginning. At every stage, define the relationship. Find out if you are still on the same page, so that if you are not on the same page, you find your way on time. Like my people will say, water will find its level. You find your level on time, before it's too late. Please. And if you are in the category that you give people high hopes, you make them believe or lead them on into believing that something is going to come out of this, of a relationship in quotes, please stop it. It's not good. Always define it from beginning. Know where to set boundaries. Don't waste our time. Don't waste his time. Don't lead him on. Don't let him believe that you have a thing going when you don't have. Auntie, brother, I repeat again, define your relationship. It is very important. Define your relationship now. Before you start, along the line as you are still going, define the relationship so that you can know where you are headed. And how can you be in a relationship and in an undefined relationship 5 years, 10 years? No, it's not right. Before a year, you should know where you are headed to. You should know where you stand. Before a year, you should know where you stand. So please, always know where you stand. Know where you stand in a relationship. I have seen people say, it was too sudden. 3 months, 6 months relationship. They have gotten married. I can't even try it. They know what they want. Yes, from the beginning, they know what they want. And if you notice, have you noticed that this short time relationship or short time dating or courting, that the marriages last longer? These are people that know what they want from the start, and they work towards what they want. You don't need to spend 10 years for you to know someone. You don't need to. So you notice that most of the relationship where the courtship lasts longer, 5 years, 10 years, they're always having crisis in their marriage. Have you noticed that? If you have not noticed that, just look through. I am not saying that when the courtship is shorter that it must last. No. There is no particular yardstick for a marriage that will last, to be sincere. But know where you stand. How can you be dating someone for 6-7 years? You have been engaged for 10 years. Really? It works for some people, but most people I see that have dated that long, it never worked. Yes, I said it. It never worked. And when you're asking for your status or where you stand in a relationship, and he or she is dodging it, insist, know where you stand. If he's dodging it and he doesn't want to answer, auntie, uncle, you're your own. Find your way on time. Yes, find your way on time. You're on your own. So always know where you stand in a relationship, and always give yourself respect. Know where you stand. Give yourself respect, because you are addressed the way you carry yourself. If you don't respect yourself, who will? You must respect yourself to command respect. Thanks for joining us. See you next time in our next episode. I still remain your person, Honor. Please subscribe to our channel if you have not done so. And also, in the comment section, let us know how we are doing, how you like our topic, and if there's anything you will want us to discuss about, please let's have it in the comment section. Love you. Bye.